How to make your business profitable and get rich quick. Do you always dream of starting and making a business profitable so that you live your life as you want? One thing you should keep in mind is that when the value exceeds the price, the buyer will give you money and your business will become profitable. Now, in this video, I'm going to the in-depth detail about some of the basic concepts of a profitable business. It is important to know the difference between cost, price, and value. I'm sure that you think you already know these words. They're all the same, and they are used interchangeably. But there is a difference in these words. These are actually the basis of running a successful business. Therefore, you need to understand these concepts. Cost. Cost is actually the amount that you incur on input. For instance, direct materials, indirect materials, taxes, duties, rent, transportation cost, etc., for producing and maintaining the product or creating the service. Cost is actually ascertained from the manufacturer or producer's perspective. Now, the important point is that many people don't understand it because they are not familiar with how businesses work. And as a result, they charge people what it costs them to make that product and think that they have earned a profit. Actually, they are running it near break even, or at some point, they're even losing money. There are many things that cost you in making the product or creating the service that you don't even consider. For instance, the laptop you are using or the furniture you are using, and so on. If you're only charging people what it costs you to make, then soon you're going to go bankrupt. That's just reality. Price. Now, price includes both the cost and the profit. Most people think that the value of something is what the labor it takes to make it. So if it takes 100 hours for me to make something, and I'm $1 an hour, then it should be $100. But that doesn't account for profit. So when a client asks what will it cost, it includes both the price of the product and the profit. Now, there might be a question in your mind about how much profit you should include in a product or a service. Actually, there is no simple and easy answer to this. It depends on the business. Some businesses charge a small percent of the profit, and some businesses a major amount of profit. So your business could be anywhere, even from 5% to 80% or even more. Now, the big factor that determines the profit is the risk. The famous person Peter Drucker said that all profit comes from risk. So if there's a high risk, then surely the profit will be huge. For example, you're a business and you make shampoo that costs you around $2.50. Now, you don't sell directly to the customer. Instead, you sell these shampoos to the retailers. Now, if you sell this product for only $2.50, you'll stay in business for a very short term because you did not include a decent amount of profit in it. Now, let's say you include 50% profit in this product. So your profit margin becomes 50%. And if you've watched the famous show Shark Tank, they always ask this question from the entrepreneurs what their profit margins are. And they only invest in their businesses if they think that their profit margin is good. The profit margin determines how good your business is going. Now back to the point. If your profit margin in this case of the shampoo business is 50%, which means that the retailer has to pay you $5 for a single product. Now, do you think that retailer will sell it to the customer for $5? Well, surely not. The retailer will add almost 50% profit, and this even doubles the price. The retailers, after adding their profits, will sell it for $10. Now, sometimes it happens that the manufacturer bypasses the retailers and sells directly to the customers. In this case, it will benefit only two people, you, the manufacturer, and the customer. Now, you, the manufacturer, can sell the product for $7.50. In this case, your cost is $2.50, and you've made a $5 profit. It means that you have doubled your profit just by reaching out to the customers directly. Now, it will also benefit the buyers as well, because if the manufacturer has directly approached the buyer, then the buyer will save money. At the price of $7.50, the buyer has saved $2.50. So it's a win-win situation. So if you're running a business, try to apply this strategy either by making your own website or doing anything else that you think will be perfect for reaching the customer directly. then you will most probably make more money, and the buyer will probably spend less money. Value. Value is actually subjective. It really depends on the buyer to determine value. Most business people think that it is up to them. That's not the truth because the buyer has the option not to buy your product as well. That's why the buyer determines the value of a product. Let me give you an example of a sneaker here. Nike is a famous brand. Let's talk about its Air Max sneaker. Its price is $100. Now, some people may think that the price of this Air Max shoe is way too much, and they have plenty of other options to buy before they get to the Air Max shoe. Now, the question here is, would the buyer buy the shoe if he did not see any value in it? The answer is simply no. Let's take another example of diamonds. For instance, if you are a buyer and you get to know the price of a diamond is around $10,000, some buyers might see the value in it, but for other buyers, it's just a rock. It doesn't even matter how many ads a company runs, but they cannot really force the buyers to buy their diamonds or anything. That's how the buyer determines the value. Now, in the case of Coca-Cola cans, if you go to the wholesale place like Costco, where they sell you things in bulk, well, in that case, the price of Coca-Cola cans will be different from the price that you would pay if you buy them from the vending machine or if you buy them in the movie theater. Now, if you go to the wholesale, you'll have to pay 29 cents per serving. And it will be the lowest price, but it will be the most inconvenient for you because you'll have to drive so long in order to go to the Costco, and you'll have to stand in lines. In short, it requires a lot of planning, time, and effort to buy those cans of Coke. Now, if you buy the Coke cans from the vending machine, then it'll cost you $1.75 per serving. But in this case, you're paying for the convenience because someone has bought the cans for you from Costco, then chilled them for you, and are waiting for you to consume them right on the spot. That's the reason it costs more. Now, in case you're in the movie theater, the Coca-Cola cans will cost you around $4.50 per serving. Now, you might be thinking that why the price is a lot more than the other. Actually, there are a couple of things behind it. First of all, they have a monopoly on it because you're not allowed to bring your own drinks to the theater. And where movie theaters make most of their money is the concession stand, not the ticket price. So the movie itself doesn't give much profit to the theater, and they pay more for the screening in the hall. If you're running a business, then you have to understand this pain point that your customer is going through, and you need to market and sell towards that. So you have to sell towards the emotional part. This is where the money actually exists. In a nutshell, if you make your product in such a way that makes customers feel good, then they're ready to pay even the higher price. Now, you can make your strategy keeping in mind these concepts. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so that you never miss any updates. I'll catch you in the next video.